All right, guys, we're here in upstate New York with the Bass University. I want to talk to you guys about Livescope, forward-facing sonar, whatever you want to call it. This is a hot topic in the industry, but it is something everyone needs to get better at. I mean, everyone can improve in fishing in general, but I think you know, Livescope and using your electronics is something that it's all it takes is a little bit of time and watching a seminar like this, and it can really help you put more fish in the boat. So I'm gonna bring you over to the graph, and you know, we're gonna look at how I set mine up, and you know, for different situations. I'm sitting about 100 feet from the bank, and I'm looking, my trolling motor is pointed to the bank right now. So we're at 0. You can see it's 15 or 16 feet where I am, where the trolling motor is right now. And I'm looking up. And then I'm gonna turn left, and it's gonna show what it looks like out. And there's 2 fish suspended right on the bottom. One's on the bottom there, and if I move a little to the right, one is a little bit more suspended up there. And you know, that's the power of it, right? Like, we can be fishing the bank, which is right over there, and then you can turn the trolling motor and see what's living out off the bank a ways. Like, those are 2 pretty big fish, probably smallmouth, you know, that are catchable if you present the right bait and you know, are able to stay on them with your electronics, with your forward-facing sonar, I should say. Oh, and then in front of us there's some more suspended fish. Picture the boat being at 0. So we're right here. I'll actually point it on my screen. We're here. This is our line that the trolling motor is at. And we're looking out in front of us to the top of the island that we're looking forward at. So, and I turn the trolling motor around, and I'll put my power poles, or not my power poles, I'll put my Raptors down to give you a sense of exactly what it looks like. So I'm gonna put my Raptors down there, and I'm gonna face the trolling motor backwards. This right here is my Raptor. It's in the water. And so the boat, as you can tell, we're at 0, and the Raptors extended are about 5 feet out. So my boat's 21 feet, 4 feet out. Those are the Raptors right here. Now, I'm gonna turn the trolling motor back up towards the island. You can see now the slope is facing up, and that's the exact slope. Picture you're looking, you know, you're just looking under the water here. And then if I turn left, there's a grass line that's beginning to develop, and you can kind of see that fuzziness on the top. This is grass starting to develop right through here. And I'll take you closer to that to show you. But getting into the settings, that's really important. I keep my graph we're gonna start with the basics and then get a little bit more in depth. I keep my graph at 90 feet out. Some people like 100. It's just dependent on sort of the water you're fishing. If I'm fishing structure, I keep it at 90. Now, if I'm looking for structure or looking for pelagic fish, I can sometimes run it out to 110 just to sort of figure out, okay, is there a fish in the general area? Right now, I haven't seen one, but they can be hugged on the bottom. There's one right up there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right up in that region. But so getting into that, I keep it at 90. The gain, I always leave at 69%. That's just where I leave it. 70, 71, 68, doesn't really matter. That's the gain that I like. And then this here is the depth at which you're gonna be seeing on the screen. That all depends on my depth. Right now, we're on a glacial lake, so it's super deep. I'm pointing at the sunken island. If I turn the trolling motor and go out, all of a sudden, you know, we're talking about being in 55 feet of water. So you have to adjust this based on the water that you're in. So if you were gonna target like trout or super deep fish, or you're just trying to look for suspended fish, you adjust that as you go. And as you can see, when you make it lower, you know, everything at the water changes. So see my Raptor? My Raptor is sitting down in the water at 25 feet right here. So you're gonna see, that's my Raptor. If I change it, my Raptor's still there. I'm gonna jump that up to 20 feet. Now the picture is a lot bigger. So yes, you get a better picture, and it's like, you know, you can see it better, but then you're sacrificing anything that's swimming down here in this range of, you know, 30, 35, 40. So that all depends on the depth of water that you're in.
Hey guys, I'm Gray Buck for the Bass University, and today we're going to be taking a look at forward-facing sonar, and specifically the Lowrance Active Target. We can see we got a bunch of fish right here already. There's between 30 and 60 foot out, but we're going to get into all these details. I want to explain exactly how this works. So we're sitting right there, and that is just straight underneath the transducer. So that's under our trolling motor, and you can actually see we're in 20 foot deep. The screen here shoots out 80 feet in front of you, and you can adjust this. So depending on the depth you're in, the how far you're trying to look forward, there's different little tips and techniques I have for this. So I'll go into this. When I'm in 20 foot of water, I will like to have that a little bit deeper. So I have it set to 30. I want to show you when I have it at 20, you can just barely see the bottom. So you can see the bottom under us, but then it starts to kind of fall off and you lose the bottom. That's because the bottom actually starts to drop off as you go further forward. If you go back to 30 here, you can kind of see that slope. It's just real slow and gradual. But when we're targeting these fish, they're typically going to be sitting down towards the bottom. Those are the ones I'm targeting specifically in this area. They're going to be around some rock and grass and boulders and that sort of stuff. You can see right underneath the boat a little glimpse. You can see my drop shot weight and my bait going down that Z-Man trick shot. There's a couple little ones right there, it looked like. See if we can get a bite here. But I marked quite a few fish in this area, so it's a little tricky with the wind. Had a little bite there. I don't know if that was goby or smallmouth. But we kind of just keep working in. So when you're fishing in the wind like this, the best bet is to have the area that you want to fish in front of you facing into the wind. So you're going to go into it, work your way forward, and that way you can kind of keep control of your boat and stay on top of the fish the best you can. So here, I just saw another little one down there. You can see there's our weight dropping. It's about to hit this fish right on the head. So you can see it there. It's just past it. See if we can stay on top of them, see if we can get that fish to come down there and commit to it. We're gonna shake it a little bit, just give it a little bit of a movement, a little bit of life action, see if we can get them to bite. But these are the little keys that we're looking for. And I'll keep doing this. I'll work my way forward through a couple of waypoints that I dropped that showed a fish or two down there. But we're gonna hopefully be able to put one in the boat here. It's nice and naturally. He's gonna be expecting that bait to be coming to him with how this wind current is, and it's gonna set those fish up, and there he is, just like that. It feels, let's see if we got a good one. It feels like a good one. He's about to jump. Oh, look at him. Oh, it's a big one. It's got a good one. That's what we can see with that forward-facing sonar. He's not ready to come in. That's on that Z-Man trick shot, and he is big old one. Look at that sucker. That is what we've been looking for all day. We're gonna let him tire himself out a little bit. Then I'll get down there, I'll be able to scoop him up. But that active target, really, we could see my bait go down to him. It was just past him. I was able to drift with the current and then get that fish to pick it up because of it. And that's what it's all about. It's all about finding those fish, using your technology, all your skills that you can put together with it to really get those fish put in the boat. So let's see if we can get him up. It's a nice one. We got him a drop shot rod. It's a 721 jackhammer. It's a favorite rod. This is a big one. This is one of those ones we like to get. Come here. Oh, look at the size of that one. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That's a 5-pounder all day long. And what's cool is you can see that bait right in the roof of its mouth. You hooked it with that Hayabusa. It's a DSR 132, my favorite drop shot. It's a little number 2 hook. Just pegged them right where you want them. But that fish is beautiful. And that's what you come to the Great Lakes to catch. So when you're using your Lowrance Active Target, you can find and pinpoint key little areas and just kind of learn how to use it, learn what you're looking for. Pick a day it's not blowing like this because it'll be a lot easier. I'm Gray Buck For the Bass University, make sure you check out forward-facing sonar and Lowrance Active Target.